Okay, today what I'll be doing is I'll be explaining to you how we remap a Toyota FJ Cruiser. So a little bit of background. I think we're one of the last countries who are still selling this car right here. Every other country, they've cut production already. So every FJ Cruiser comes with a 4-liter V6 engine. So this is the same engine actually that's found in the Land Cruiser Prado V6 also. It's found in the Toyota Tacoma, which is not here. The Toyota Highlander, that's not here. The Toyota 4Runner, that's not here. So in America, they love this engine. Well, this is what we call the new Expedition. So if you buy one of these things, be prepared to get 4 or 5 kilometers per liter. That's really all that this engine does. So for the guys who are complaining about it being not very fuel efficient, it's not. It wasn't designed to be. It was designed to rev up to 5,500 RPM, be a smooth, balanced V6, give you not lots but adequate torque for off-roading. And since it's in so many Toyota vehicles, it technically should be easy to service with parts readily available. Well, if you're in America, not here. Here, it's just this and the Land Cruiser Prado that have it. It doesn't even share the same as the Camry. It would be nice if we shared the same engine as the Camry. So with remapping, what we're aiming to do is, number one, this car already has a full exhaust installed. Not from us, it's from our favorite whipping boy, which is, yeah, we had to cut it up, modify it, and make it fit. Wrong size. He also has a Jaws exhaust here at the back, which when he bought it, because the story is he bought the car, already had this exhaust done in another shop. He bought the Jaws exhaust, it didn't bolt on because the flange where it's supposed to connect to is not where it's supposed to be. So again, had to modify it, had to cut it. So aside from that, we're gonna be dynoing it now, see what the baseline dyno is. Then we'll, based on the other FJs that we've done, it's about 20 to about 30 horses more and about 40-50 Newton meters more torque. As for the fuel efficiency, you see about 8 to 10% better normal driving. 8 to 10% is a lot on this thing. Okay, this is our baseline for our FJ Cruiser. It's 225 horse. That's pretty much correct. Remember, this is not stock anymore. A stock FJ Cruiser makes around 195, 200. So whatever we did and whatever he put on, that's correct. Oh, by the way, I was mistaken. It's not a Jaws exhaust. It's an AFE exhaust. So it's an AFE catback that we have installed here. I'm not too sure if this guy's an intake or not. Okay, he has a AFE momentum intake also, so he got the whole caboodle. So that's pretty much correct. Okay, in order to revamp the FJ Cruiser, we use 2 pieces of software. The first one we use, as you saw a while ago, is this one, PCM Flash. This one here. This thing is basically a reader-writer. That's it. All it does is read and write. But in the case of Toyotas, of all Toyotas, well, pretty much 99% of Toyotas, you cannot read the contents of the ECU. It's like this one here. So let's pretend this is your ECU iPhone, so it's locked. You cannot plug this in to a USB to the laptop and read iOS. It simply doesn't happen. You cannot get the iOS version from this one to be able to mess with it. That's what Toyotas are. It's internally locked. So you have to get the iOS software somewhere else. Someone who has actually the time to open up an iPhone, take out the M1 chip, decode it on a bench, and desolder it from the board, and all of this stuff. So that's what the worldwide network of ECU hackers and crackers does in the community. They take Toyota ECUs, they either open it up, or they have some way to request the original, to get the original file from somewhere, from the dealership, from the factory, we don't know. But you cannot physically read a Toyota ECU. So that's part of the cost that we have. We have to buy the actual file for pretty much every Toyota vehicle. So once we have that, we're able to open it up in our editing software. So this is what it looks like. This is a tip for all of you guys who are considering remap. If your tuner does not show you this screen, or tuner in quote, does not have a screen that looks like this with a bunch of numbers in it, and all he has is this, that guy is not tuning anything. This guy who just has this screen is waiting for a file or bought a file from somewhere else, God knows where, you don't know, he doesn't know either. So he's not tuning anything on your car. The best way to know if it's a real tuner or not, you see a screen like this. Looks like an Excel file with a bunch of numbers. So that simply means that we're able to open up the ECU file itself. We're able to look at the individual maps, which are these are it. So exhaust temperature map. We have AFR, air fuel ratio, injector control, speed limit, so, mass airflow sensor scaling. We just made it 250. I can make it 300 if I want. So I can now go 300 kilometers per hour. So this is spark map. This is spark map right here. So on and so forth. Just like Microsoft Excel, you can open up an Excel file. If you have no idea what the tables are, you have no idea what the numbers inside are, you cannot mess with it. So just having the software is not enough. You have to know how to use it and what to adjust, how much to adjust, and what parts to adjust. So that's what you're actually paying for. So to adjust these things is, well, the actual process is simple. We could just add and subtract. So let's say I'll take something here, throttle well position. I'll revert this back to standard values first. This is the accelerator pedal map. So this is the delay that everybody complains about. So as you can see here, we have two, y-axis is RPM, so 500 to 6.4, even though it doesn't reach 6.4. This is pedal position in steps. Steps means because the thing that controls the throttle is a stepper motor. So it's not rotations, it's literally number of steps. That's what a stepper motor is. So 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, so on and so forth. For all intents and purposes, we can just put this at, we can percentage it somewhat. So this is minimal, this is maximum. So what we want is from here to pretty much here, halfway through, we want to increase it by that much, a little bit more here at the bottom, and here at the top, let's put more. So I've effectively increased throttle sensitivity by about 15% here at the bottom and by about 10% here at the top. So this should get rid of the delay that everybody complains, and yeah, everybody complains about it. Then we'll do all the same for all of these maps here. So we don't edit each and every map because not all of it is, if you edit it, nothing really happens, so there's no point, especially like the VVT maps here. This one, Spark Advanced Correction for VVT. This is already optimal from the factory. How do we know? We tried it, didn't do a damn thing. VVT also, there's a VVT function here. See, there's an exhaust and an intake cam. For VVT, normally we just adjust the exhaust cam, and it's a very, very limited range of adjustment. So that's the original. So just advance the exhaust a little bit, actually just by 1 degree. That's it. That's pretty much optimal already. We can advance it a little bit more, it doesn't do anything. So if it doesn't do anything, we set it at a number that we know that has some effect. If you want to know exactly what effect of this one is, it's not clear cut. I mean, you can adjust only VVT and nothing else in these graphs, and it actually doesn't do anything. So this will work in conjunction with whatever the rest of the things we adjust here, with spark, with fuel, with timing, etc., etc. So it's not just adjusting this equals that. No, you have to know how all of these things are interconnected together. So again, that's what you're paying us for. So once we have all of this, We'll save it into a file. It's actually a pretty small file. Actually, a pretty small file. 4 MB, so it's like an MP3 song. Oh no, it's not. That's a new Hilux. NFJ is even older. NFJ is actually smaller. Oh, there you go. So I found an FJ Crew. So it's only, so this one's only 992 kilobytes, 1 MB. It's a very, very small file. It's not even an MP3 song. So that's what it is. So that 1 MB we will now write back into the ECU, and then we'll dyno it again. Alright, we're done with the remap, and this is what we got. So red line here is stock. This is ECU remap here. So what I told you earlier is right on the money, 25-30 horses. So this one here is from about 40 to 75 here. So this is actually 35 horses here at 2,200 RPM. Then 50 to it's about 80. So that's 30 horse. 55 to 105. Oh, this is big. If this is 8, if this is 60 right here, 110. That's about, yeah. So this in this lower RPM area is already 30-40 horses, and this one here too from 100 to it's about 130. So 30 horse. At the higher it gets, the smaller it is. So at very peak we get 225 and 250, so 25 horses. So if we average out the whole thing here, this is, by the way, how you read horsepower on a dyno chart. It's not this single number here at 5,800 RPM. It is the gain every RPM, then you average it out. So if you really want to be OC about it, you Excel it. So you get the difference of the two graphs every RPM, then you average it out. I've been doing this a long time, so at first, at one glance, I know that this entire thing right now is around 25 to 35 horses on average, from the high RPM to the low RPM. So the same computation goes with torque. We went from 125 to 250 at 22 RPM, 150 to 275 at 28 RPM, so on and so forth. So yeah, 40, 60 Newton meters, this entire thing here, right there. But the most usable is this part here from 2.2, which is after idle, all the way to 3.6, because let's be honest, 90% of your time is spent in this area. Very, very rarely do FJ cruisers go up to this area. That doesn't happen. That almost doesn't happen. So 90% of the time is spent here. So this is where we get our maximum power. This also we will get our maximum torque gain right there. And with more power and more torque, before you step on the pedal, let's say this much to get this much power. After remapping, you step on the pedal this much and it's still the same power. That's actually where you get the fuel savings from. Less pedal equals less consumption.